Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're actually going to be talking about the G6. Now I know it's already August of 2017, and there have been a bunch of new flagships that have been coming out all this year. But I do want us to take a look at the G6, and I want to give you an unscripted, full honest review of this phone because I think it really does have things to offer you that you're really going to appreciate. Now before we dive into the specs of the G6, I do want you to know that this phone is about 5 months old. It came out March of 2017 this year. But do not let that persuade your decision in buying this phone, or if you're just looking at it for the first time, because this phone has really good specs that a higher end, maybe $600, $700 flagship phone offers you these days. Now this G6 is actually the international G6, which basically means it has 2 SIM cards. So I am not going to put 2 SIM cards in here. I think that's kind of silly. I only have 1. But for network wise, it's going to run off of a GSM, an HSPA, and an LTE. So you're definitely able to get the 4G and the 3G networks. As far as the body goes, it only weighs 5.75 ounces. On the back, it has a Gorilla Glass 5 back panel, so that's pretty sturdy. I haven't even put a scratch on this thing yet. It is IP68 certified, so up to 1.5 meters, no longer than 30 minutes. So I know I didn't do a full 30-minute test, but I did just want to show you a little segment of me putting the phone fully in water. And when I took this out, there was no water anywhere inside the phone. Didn't go through the charging port, didn't go through the headphone jack, didn't go through the speakers, so this thing is 100% waterproof. As far as screens go, it has an LCD screen, not a OLED screen. But personally, I couldn't tell you the difference between the two. I have seen both, and I do admit the OLED does have brighter colors, but this LCD really does the job well. My favorite part about the G6, and basically why I bought it in the first place, was because of the screen to body ratio. It is a 5.7-inch screen, and basically it is 78.6% screen to body. So that means you have 78% of your phone is screen. So you got those small side bezels. Now the resolution wise is 1440 by 2880, which basically is 564 ppi. It's running Android 7.0 Nougat and a Qualcomm Snapdragon 821. Now another thing about the G6 is that it does not have the 835 like a S8, But honestly, I cannot tell you the difference between a 821 and an 835 because this thing runs very smoothly. And of course it has my favorite micro SD card slot, which you can get up to 256 gigabyte. And internal wise, you get a 32, 64, or 128 gigs. This is the 64 gig model, and it also has 4 gigabytes of RAM. And yet another cool thing that I really love about the G6 is the dual cameras. And all the phones really now are having dual cameras. Some are monochrome, some are just a zoom lens, but this one is actually a wide angle lens. You have dual 13 MP cameras on the back, and your front facing camera is going to be a 5 megapixel, which still, it's not a lot, but it does the job, and it really looks good. And also both lenses can shoot in 1080p video. The camera app on this phone also features geotagging, touch focus, face detection, and HDR, so you can get some pretty professional looking shots with this phone. Now this next part is up to you. Do you want wireless charging, or do you want a hi-fi quad DAC? If you want the wireless charging, then you're going to have to go with the US version, and of course the international version has the quad DAC. If not, you're going to have to just use the regular USB Type-C. I personally chose the quad DAC because I think having a better sound to consume media with is more important to me than wireless charging. With all that out of the way, what do you personally want in your next phone? Do you want dual cameras? Do you want a bigger battery? Do you want the best processor? I feel like the G6 touches on all those points in a very good way. Whether it's playing games, watching videos, taking pictures, texting, surfing the web, I guarantee you the G6 has not stuttered at all during any of those things. And again, I want to say that this does have the Snapdragon 821, but I guarantee you if you use this phone as your daily driver, you would not tell the difference between if this did have an 835 between the 821. Now I am pretty experienced with the Android operating system. Coming from the old HTC 530, I can tell you that the G6 will truly be an upgrade from what you're using now. This phone is by no means a bad phone, it's just a little outdated. Bringing this review to a close, I'm going to ask you guys one more time, what do you personally want in your next phone? And I truly believe that the G6 will not disappoint you guys. I'm Brian with Brian Vision, and I'll see you guys in the next one.